Hey everybody, ChristopherOdd here. Welcome to The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. This is of course the Enhanced Edition. I just have to address that opening cutscene very quickly. Wow. As soon as it started, my jaw kind of dropped. It's like, this is very impressive. You guys had mentioned to me that I was going to find that much better than the original Witcher intro, which was extremely well done. A very different vibe. And I already have questions like, who were the guys on the boat? Who is that guy that came and... I guess he's one of these assassins of kings, perhaps. And what's interesting is he was like very agile for his size, is what I noticed. And he cut that guy's head off and then attached it to him like a trophy. Just wild. Like, that's absolutely insane. I'm really excited to play this game. I just want to address a couple of quick things that people are going to have questions about right off the bat. I have spent a little bit of time in the arena just getting comfortable with the controls. That's actually a really fun way to get a grasp on this game. So I feel pretty comfortable now that going into any fights that I'll be able to hold my own. The other thing is that people are going to ask me what I'm running this game at. All the settings are maxed out except for Uber sampling, which doesn't run as good while I'm recording, but I gotta say, if your PC can run Uber sampling, and mine can, when I'm not recording, it is really nice looking. The game looks phenomenal as it is, but that's just a nice little additional icing on the cake. The other setting that I turned off is Bloom, because I think it makes characters look like glowy and like awkward, so I turned Bloom off. I'm just not a big fan. The other thing is that I was debating whether to run any mods or not. I am running one mod. It's the Infinite Grass Texture mod. So it's going to prevent grass from just like popping up. I think I mentioned this in the previous video as well. And I have been going back and forth on whether or not to disable some of the DLC items. I have everything turned on because I just want a vanilla Witcher 2 experience. So I'm really excited to jump into this. I think that's pretty much covered everything. Let's just jump into this and see what's going on. We're gonna import my save. I am not gonna do the tutorial because I did that last video. And when I did the tutorial, it recommended going insane difficulty. Like, I'm not insane. I'm not gonna do that. Dark difficulty is very tempting because it features some additional unique items, as it says here, that you can't get in other modes. However, there's a lot of like farming of ingredients involved, and from a Let's Play perspective, probably not that interesting. I am, however, going to go on hard because I want to be forced to use my alchemy, I want to be forced to use bombs and all that stuff. I want to be able to challenge myself. So that being said, you guys know, but if you're new to my channel, I'm going to say it again, I'm usually very thorough. I probably won't find everything, but I'm going to try to explore as much as I can, do all these side quests, and really sink myself in. So from this moment on, I am Geralt. Let's rock and roll. Years have passed since that memorable day when the northern kingdoms, their forces united, defeated the hosts of Nilfgaard in open battle at Brenna. Famine and disease reign in all the north. Elves and dwarves inhabit ghettos. In ever-increasing numbers, they flee to the forest to join Scoia'tael units. Temeria, an unidentified assassin, attempts to murder King Foltest. The killer dies at the hands of Geralt of Rivia, a professional monster slayer. A month passes. On the banks of the Pontar River, Foltest's army is victorious once more, ending civil strife in the country, yet the price of this triumph proves immense. Temeria, the year is 1271. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is the prologue, the dungeons of Lavell Castle.
Come on, sixes. Daddy needs you. Oh, shit. Ha! 20 orange to Grandad. Looky there, he's awake. You daft! Don't go in there! Shut it, he's in chains, can't do a thing. Am I right, Master Geralt? Roll again! Why? The dice didn't roll! Calling me a cheat? Take it back. Look, he's awake again. Monster Slayer, my ass. A regular whoreson. I heard witches all start out as roadside orphans taken in by mages. Mages who experiment on them. Fuck's sake, they plough witches come the equinox. That's how they get those spooky eyes. Enough!
Take him down and put him in the interrogation room.
I thought you died.
Oh, we know this man, apparently.
Easy to kill.
Look at the scars. Oh my god.
I don't believe we've been introduced. Vernon Roach.
Vernon Roach. Shake my hand while my hands are tied. That's very funny.
Fuck you.
Nasty. And after we've been through so much.
Same side of the barricade then. Opposite sides of the table now.
You can change that.
You want me to sit on your lap?
Ves! Unshackle him. You will tell me everything you remember. The entire assault. And all that happened in the Solar.
And if I refuse?
I shall have to beat you. I've commanded the Special Forces for a while. Got good at beating others. You're a witcher. You'd endure much.
You better believe it.
Worst case scenario, you'll suffer through it, go back to your cell, and tomorrow, they'll publicly gut you, skin you, and hang you.
Just like that? For nothing?
No. For Temeria.
Downright praiseworthy. Where should I start?
It was a long day. I wish to hear the important bits.
Interesting. That morning the king summoned me. Let's start from the beginning here and we'll work through this, I guess.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle, but Foltest is not someone you refuse.
Oh, this is... Okay, so this is like a flashback kind of thing? Day of the assault at dawn. Look at the gouge in my shoulder. Are you joking? Just chunks of flesh. Oh, and who is that behind me? I think I know who that is. Red hair. Can only mean one thing. Cover your eyes, kids.
Witcher, are you up? His Majesty, King of Temeria, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the king...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady. Witcher.
Okay, peeper. Get out of my tent.
Stupid war. Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
A wise war is a contradiction, Triss.
Then maybe you know just how I should advise our lustful monarch.
Stop falling in love, sire no further bastards, and don't wage stupid wars.
Genius. You know, these bastards could vie for the throne in the future? Then we'd have an even more senseless conflict.
Which doesn't change the fact that...
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined. But they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the wild hunt again?
Mm-hmm. I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The wild hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
So it seems like we are retelling the story to the guy that has us in the prison through this aspect. I think that's what's happening here. This is like back in time, and then we're telling it to the guy.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon? In the midst of civilization? Oh, please. Besides, does it matter? Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something changed?
Nothing's changed. And you're right. It's probably not a dragon. Although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
See, Triss has always kind of been a little bit cynical, but in a way I kind of appreciate that because she grounds us a little bit. She keeps us focused on the task at hand, and she just keeps us rooted.
The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the months since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly. I'm just saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the cults they ride.
It's interesting that we are now working with Foltest. It sounds like pretty much full-time, because witchers are typically very solitary, do things in their own way, and don't really... It's just odd. So I'm interested to see how that happened. And referring to this assassin, that happened at the very end of the first Witcher. It was very clear that this guy who attacked the king, based on his eyes anyways, was a Witcher. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. Maybe all of these assassins are Witchers? I don't know. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
I'll join you later.
Okay, so we've got some new journal entries popping up there. I won't get to those just yet because I want to get out here and explore a little bit. Welcome to the prologue of The Witcher 2. This section of the game will help introduce you to the story and game world and help you familiarize yourself with basic gameplay mechanics. We wish you something, the CD Projekt RED team. That's actually kind of cool that they just wrote a little personal message there. F5 to quick save, basically. Whoa, we've got like... Are these trebuchets active right now? Or did we just see them reset? That'd be cool if we could see him fire off here. Oh, look, already picking herbs. Oh, this just is nice, you know? Camp of Foltest army. Look at how many tents there are. Oh, there we go. That is sick. Okay, let's check out nearby threats, monsters, containers, and places of power.
Long live the king!
This is cool. I imagine this part is fairly linear. That being said, I'm still wanting to check everything out.
Good to see you.
Morning, Witcher. Those blades of yours should be useful today.
Job done.
I did what you asked.
You killed the cockatrice. Wonderful. Tough job.
Routine Witcher's work.
I'll have your coin as soon as we finish off the Lavallettes. I'll be generous, I promise.
I'd like it beforehand. Promises made before battle are often hard to keep. Foltest's would-be assassin. You said you'd ask around.
I put the word out. I did.
And?
It's a riddle wrapped inside a secret.
I thought you knew people who could help.
I can give you any cutthroat in Temeria. Problem is, your assassin came from elsewhere.
You sure?
Sure as you stand before me.
Interesting. So he's not local.
Does Foltest plan to continue the siege?
No, we're to mount an assault.
Finally.
Truth be told, I'd rather sit here than risk my neck on those walls.
I just know I'm gonna die.
Okay. That reminds me, do I have... Oh, look, here it is. We have all these swords from our save. This is awesome. Raven's armor, compared to the leather jacket that we're wearing, quite a bit better. Let's put that on, absolutely. We've got a couple of steel swords. Well, we have 3 steel swords, and then we have this erendite silver sword. So let's get that going. We've got the Diable, 9 to 13, 9 to 13, and then 10 to 12. But this one does have a chance of instant kill. It's just 2%, but, I mean, compared to the other ones, why not? It's got a tighter range of damage, and it is magical. So let's go with this one. Let's see what else we got in here. We have some oils. We've got Falca's Blood. It increases maximum sword damage. We've got some whetstones. We know how those work. We have a whole bunch of runes. So a lot of this stuff is from DLC. Here's the combat jacket. Oh, look at this. Interesting. This one has less armor than the Raven's armor, but it does have some resistance to, like, incineration. And that's pretty much the only difference. Vitality isn't as good, so I'll probably stick with Raven's armor. We've got Mage's trousers, which is probably better than what we're wearing. Heliotrope sign duration. I don't know what heliotrope is. Damage bonus on signs, so let's do this. Oh, yeah, maybe I put him in the... How about we put him in the trouser spot? This is cool. I'm really digging this. And then we've got these Herbalist Gloves, which were also included in DLC. Reduction of damage from magic, extends the duration of blade oils, and number of additional alchemy ingredients +1. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but... There's our Raven's armor. Boom!
They're getting what they deserve. I hate strangers.
Word is...
One thing I want to check really quickly... I like the music, but it's like... It overshadows some of the dialogue.
Where is you? Oh, looky there, new boy. It's that Witcher. Geralt of Rivia ought to know about amulets.
Witcher, sir. I have a question for you.
We know each other?
Don't recognize your old mates. We're the Crinfrid Reavers.
I lost my memory.
As did Boholt. After the hunt for the Golden Dragon, he took a spill and hit his head on a rock. He can still be a beast in battle. Besides that, he don't do much save eat and shit. Rarely even lusts after women.
I doubt that's amnesia.
I'm Kenneth, and this one here they call Desperate, and this is New Boy. He's apprenticing with his luck. I haven't had much luck with the monsters of late, so we enlisted. Now New Boy's gotten himself into this wager situation. Would you help us for old time's sake? I mean, we all got a little riled. But those are bygones, as I see it.
We'd have set you free. The sorceress, too. Boholt was just fooling about the raping and all.
What? Yeah.
What rape?
Shut your trap, Desperate. The Witcher don't remember. Waste of words to remind him. We're old mates, that's that.
So you'd have raped this old mate?
Just the sorceress. You were there to kill the dragon, the sorceress too. The peasants wanted at it, everyone did. But there was only one prize, and we argued. There was some commotion, a regular rumble in fact. We tied you up like hogs, meaning you and the sorceress, and went after the beast. But that dragon thrashed us so hard, we spent the next half-year licking our wounds. You unfreed yourselves of your bonds.
Who was the sorceress?
Raven-haired she was. Remember her name, Desperate?
Conifer or some such. So, willing to help some old friends, Witcher?
Well, they're being pretty honest with us, albeit not an ideal situation. I don't know who they're referring to about that sorceress either. Let's help them anyways. You know me.
What kind of trouble are you in now?
It's a matter of life, death, and quite a bit of coin in point of fact. New Boy bet tonight that he'll survive the assault in his shirt and knickers alone. We drunk a bit by then, I admit, but a wager's a wager. Our honor's at stake.
There's not a
A
chance.
soldier's honor versus a knight's. I think I get it.
The very core of the matter, Witcher. We're slated to go in the first wave, so the going's liable to be hard. New Boy's brave, but he can't survive by courage alone. In any case, we've come into this bauble that's supposed to protect him, magically like. You mind casting an expert's glance at it, seeing as sorcery and such is not strange to you?
Let me see this bauble.
Your wolf medallion, I saw it shake.
It reacts to magic.
So it's true, what the priest said. Hear that, New Boy? You'll be safe. We'll fleece that night, we will.
Let's find out where they got it
Where
first.
did you get this talisman?
We came by it, let's say. We were on patrol, see, and ran into a couple of novice priestesses praying at this shrine. They were nice, smiling and all.
We done wanted to take them two on patrol. But
Shut it! Boholt had one of his rare moments of clairvoyance, went rummaging in the shrine and found the amulet.
who knows what goes on in that head of his? But every now and then he wakes up as good old Boholt.
Aye, he still cuts them down with a single wallop. In any case, we took the amulet and went off to find the rest of the patrol. Oh, the wonders we saw. First, ran into some squirrels, vicious ones, arrows flying everywhere, but we came through untouched. Barely 3 of the others still standing when a dragon swooped down, the elves fell to their knees, and we all legged it. The amulet's magic for certain.
Though it failed to protect the shrine from your patrolling.
Aye, true. Well, now we don't know what to think.
Let's see here. I don't know nothing about it, so I don't see how it could help them. It seems like it brings trouble, or it's infused with magic, though what kind? So we know it's infused with magic, but... I mean, truthfully, I do have no idea.
There's clearly magic in the trinket, but I doubt it'll deflect swords or arrows.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so, you idiot. Screw honor. Don your metal, new boy. You'll go into battle, confessional and all.
So be it. Though I'd like to have fleeced the noble. Damn shame.
Okay, we got a new quest phase, Melatelli's Heart.
too true.
We're still working on just going to see the king. So really quickly here, what I'm going to do before we end the video, I'm just going to go through our quests. So we've got the King's Will. Ever since Geralt saved Foltest's life, the king has been fond of keeping his favorite witcher close by his side. Thus, when the monarch laid siege to the walled town and castle of the mutinous Baron Lavell, and see, I don't know who this Baroness is. I'm gonna have to read that journal entry at some point. Geralt found himself whiling the days away a few tents down from the King's Own, in the company of Triss Merigold, sorceress, the Witcher's lover, and Foltest's royal advisor. These were pleasant moments despite the mild relentlessness that plagued our hero. Finally, on the day of the assault, he was summoned before his royal majesty, and that is how his troubles began. So that brings us right up until this current moment. So that's interesting. The Dungeons of the Lavallettes. My story begins after the fateful events in which the Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known also as the White Wolf, saved Foltest, Lord of Temeria, from an assassin. So that's the ending of the first Witcher. From that moment on, the monarch would not quit the Witcher's company, turning him from an itinerant monster slayer into a royal bodyguard, and thus causing him to suffer increasingly. However, since it is unwise to deny a king, Geralt now found himself in the lands of the Lavallettes, where Foltest has taken personal command of the siege of the rebel family's walled town and castle. So, Foltest is attacking these Lavallettes, basically, and here we are. Witchers know well how fickle fortune can be, and accordingly, luck had abandoned our hero within the castle walls. Due to a tragic mistake, Geralt was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon, where he had to patiently recount recent events to Vernon Roach, Foltest's right-hand man, and that's the guy who's kind of interrogating us in the prison, and we're telling this story to now. If you wish to know just how the Witcher plunged from the pinnacle of success to the depths of misfortune, listen to my tale. This is awesome. Melitelli's heart, this is what we just learned about. In Foltest's camp, Geralt ran into the Crinford Reavers. Having lost his memory, the Witcher no longer recalled the trouble this bunch of rogues had caused during the famous hunt for the Golden Dragon. So we had worked with these guys to track down this dragon, by the sounds of things. As it turned out, Kennet, Desbert, and Boholt. Boholt, I don't know where he is now. They keep talking about him, but we only met Kennet, Desbert, and this new boy. With great originality, they called him New Boy. Okay, this new comrade. The four were to join in the assault on Lavallette Castle that day. The problem was that the drunken Reavers had been one of Foltest's knights that New Boy, or had bet, sorry, one of Foltest's knights that New Boy would survive the battle while attacking solely in his trousers and shirt. A protective amulet they had plundered from a roadside shrine was there to help him. After his guidance, Geralt expressed doubt about the amulet's protective properties and discouraged the Reavers from undertaking their daring escapade. Like, the kid would get slaughtered. New Boy reasonably decided to don his armor. That's awesome. And then the Assassins of Kings. So, when Geralt thwarted the plans of the Grand Master of the Order, or the Grand Maester of the Order of the Flaming Rose, it seemed the situation of Azima would return to normal sooner or later. A blow came from an unexpected quarter. As the Witcher was collecting his reward from King Foltest, an assassin sneaked into the throne room of the royal palace. Foltest would have perished if not for the Witcher's presence of mind. Geralt defeated the would-be Kingslayer and thus saved the monarch's life. But the Witcher was left wondering who had sent the killer and why. Intriguingly, the assassin seemed very similar to a Witcher, so much that he might even have been one. And that's originally what I thought. I talked about that at the beginning of this video as well. That I think maybe this whole thing is based around this group of assassins, like the guy that we saw on the boat, take that king's head off. I assume he was a king because he had a lot of protection and a mage and all that stuff. And these assassins could be potentially another group of Witchers. So I'm already starting to think about some of the crazy things that can happen. Anyways, I'd like to ask for your guys' opinion on something. We're gonna have a lot of these journal entries, okay? We're gonna have, like, if we go through these locations, we already have a ton of characters. We have tutorial stuff and alchemy stuff. So I want to go through all these, but I haven't decided yet if I want to do them as fully separate episodes, or I was thinking usually I do about a 30-minute episode. So one thing I could do is make the first 25 minutes of an episode all the gameplay, obviously, and then I can dedicate the last 5 minutes of every episode to reading things from the prologue. The only problem with that is that things will come up as we get them, like new notes will be added, and I'm not sure if I should read those right away, or if I should read them at the end of an episode, or if I should save everything for new episodes. It's tough, so if you guys have any advice, I'm really open to hearing it, and I'll make a decision based on all the advice that I can get from you guys. But I want to keep it clear, and I want this to be super thorough. I am like... I'm already thinking about this game way too much. I'm loving it, and the story is already kind of interesting, and I'm questioning who people are, and this is cool. I'm digging it. So anyways, thanks again for the support, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Oh, people are probably asking, when do the videos go up? I will do the Witcher 2 videos every day at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then on weekends I'll probably keep it the same, depending on how things go, but I may bump them earlier on weekends. We'll see. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.